Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law. Hope you're having a great day. So we are continuing to hear more statements from members of the jury relating to their discussions, deliberations, thought process, which is always appreciated. It's nice to see people discuss these things and like how they think about things and how they approach problems and what they have to say. So the jury four-person gave a interview on the Today Show, and so we're going to watch this 6-minute clip and comment, and that's going to be fun. All right, cool. Let's do this thing.
Trial, also known as juror number one. And sir, you've asked us and we've agreed to keep your name private for confidentiality reasons. So with that, we say good morning. And can you just explain, take us into this jury room and how the jury came to the conclusion it did?
Collectively together, we looked at all the evidence that we was presented with, and we made our decision off of that. We didn't. At first, some had their own personal opinions on what the case should be or whatever, and was trying to go down like a personal feelings and stuff like that. And we had to stick to what evidence we had in front of us and go with that. So
nice idea.
It was more or less just trying to figure out that part. And it took us a couple of days to really get the gears going, but when we did, it was smooth trails after that.
Sir,
I mean, fair enough, right? Just consider it based on the evidence presented. Like, that's like literally the job, man. It's not that hard. Well, I mean, it can be hard, but in principle, it's not that hard, right? Just look at the evidence and evaluate it and what it has to say and go from there. And people walk into that jury room with all kinds of ideas about their relative perceptions of the evidence for if no other reason than everyone weighs evidence differently. It's the easiest way I can think to make the analogy is like, do you like dark chocolate or do you like milk chocolate? And it's like, why? And there's really no fundamental answer to that question other than just your taste profile, right? I mean, you could try to give technical reasons, but really it just boils down to what do you like more? And there's a lot of other things too that you could give other examples of. That's just like the most trivial example I can think of off the top of my head. It's like, do you like dark coffee or do you like light coffee? I mean, it's just like preferences and taste is a huge issue. And so for some jurors, various elements are going to play differently. Some people have, for example, we've discussed, some people have like a pro-government or pro-police opinion bias. And some people have anti-bias because of the interactions they've had in their own life or stories they've heard. And that's one factor. So the degree to which they're going to credit or not the police or give them slack is going to be one of those things. Eyewitness testimony, how valuable that is to you, scientific testimony. So, they all walk into the jury deliberation with different ideas and they just have to evaluate the evidence. Sounds like a reasonable approach, man. Yep. Okay, great.
to that point, the evidence, was there a singular piece of evidence that seemed to move the majority of the jurors in the room, or were there multiple pieces?
It just was.
I'm curious what his profession is. I don't know if that information is available, but yeah, I wonder what his profession is. Just out of raw curiosity, and how that might inform his views.
It was the whole case altogether, all the pieces, testimony, witnesses, and it just a lot together. And people had questions. We used the evidence to answer their questions.
Fair.
And
that seems pretty reasonable.
Go down these rabbit holes where we're just getting lost in what all these other things that was thrown at us in court or whatever, and we just had to lock down and figure it out through the evidence.
Sir, I asked what...
Yeah, like rabbit holes is an interesting idea because what that is sort of alluding to is that some of the evidence they found to be distractors. To quote to Just Ready. And sometimes things are distractors. Now what those things are is a whole other set of problems. The way Ronnie categorizes those distractors is one hell of a thing. But so it's like you have to decide, what is real, what's signal and what's noise. And that's part of the exercise of the jury in determining, what is signal and what's noise? What evidence matters you can give evidence no weight if you think it's warranted. So it's like, yeah, trying to figure out what's going on, man. Sounds pretty reasonable an approach.
Your other fellow jurors this question. It's a very fine distinction. In your opinion, is Karen Reed innocent? She didn't do this? Or is it just that the prosecutors did not put on enough evidence to convict?
Karen Reed is innocent, and she didn't do this crime. No one could prove that she did this crime, so I looked at her from day one as an innocent woman that needed to be.
Wow. You understood what presumption of innocence meant. I don't know why some people have such a hard concept with this. It's like, you understood presumption of innocence. What does that mean? Well, we presume you're innocent. So you looked at her from day one like she was innocent. Right. Correct. That's the job. Amazing. Wow. Great. That's what you're supposed to do. Good job.
Proven guilty, and I don't think any of that was shown in this process.
Sir,
Yep. Right. She's innocent until she's not. She wasn't proven guilty, therefore innocent. I mean, yeah, that's right. It's not that hard, man. It's not that hard. Although some people seem to have a trouble with this one. It's like, yeah, you know, the default is not even, right? The scales do not start even. Deliberately, they do not start even. They start lopsided, or they're supposed to start lopsided in favor of the defendant. So it's like, she's innocent. They didn't change that, so therefore she's innocent. Wow, great, excellent.
to that point, if she didn't do it, who did?
Who knows?
That's not my job.
Excellent. Best answer. You are my goddamn hero. You are my goddamn hero, juror number one. You understood the assignment perfectly. If she didn't do it, who did? Not my job. Damn straight. Damn straight, juror number one. Have you been listening to Uncivil Law by any chance? Are you a secret fan of Uncivil Law? Because yeah, that's exactly right. Your job isn't to figure out who done it. Your job isn't to figure out who the real murderer is. Your job isn't to figure out what killed John O'Keefe. Your job isn't even to figure out whether or not Karen Reed committed the crime. Your job is very, very simple. Did the state prove it? Did the state prove it beyond reasonable doubt? Yeah, so who did it? Don't know, not my problem. Excellent. Way to go.
So, I mean, something did happen to Mr. O'Keefe.
I mean, that much is apparent.
It's foul play or whatever you want to say, but
who knows?
There was no evidence to even, through multiple witnesses and testimony by his autopsy and everything, there was still no one said to solid evidence that there was a collision or he got hit by a car.
So you don't.
Yeah, the evidence relating to the whole car thing was a little thin, a lot thin, very thin. Yeah.
To solid evidence that there was a collision or he got hit by a car.
So you don't think she actually hit him with the
everybody.
You don't think she hit him with the car at all?
No, go ahead.
You don't think she hit him with the car at all?
No. No, I don't.
Yep. The
evidence that was put in front of me and what we heard over everything. No, I don't.
Were you
fair? Very fair. There's lots of ways to come to that conclusion that the collision didn't happen at all. The tail light pieces and the color of the tail light at various times doesn't really seem to match the state's story. So you can believe the collision never happened. That's definitely a way to get to reasonable doubt among many. Sure. Yeah, that works for me. Yep, no problem. I'm fine.
aware of just how high profile this case was. There were throngs of people outside in front of the courthouse. I know the jury officers, kept you away from that, but there was a big scream at the end when the verdict was read that was audible in the courtroom. How much did you know about that, and how much, if anything, did that have to do with your process, your deliberations?
I was just going to go with whatever evidence showed us.
Oh, he's got a little pinky ring or something too. That's pretty cool.
If it
A little
was
onyx ring there.
finding her guilty or finding her not guilty, and we were just going to go with the evidence. And at the end of the day, when I came in on Monday, I established to everyone. I just want everyone to feel like they're heard 100%, their thoughts, their process is being heard also in that process. And everyone felt at the end of the deliberations that everyone felt good about the decision that we all collectively came together with. So
in the end, there is still a mother who lost her son, Officer O'Keefe. What do you think justice would look like for the O'Keefe family?
Someone looking into it further, but looking into it further with the evidence that you already have, and then you finally find a possible person, there's going to be the same complications of all this other stipulations of the evidence and everything else to go along with it. So it's just hard. And to put a mother through that, and a father and a brother and a whole family through that again it's a lot. Even me.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, this is the problem, right? At this point, any future prosecution for any possible person for John O'Keefe's death, if I were the defense lawyer representing that person, my first thought would just be take the state's case from the prosecution of Karen Reed and make it my defense case, right? Because my job as the defense lawyer is to find reasonable doubt. And like, well, the state's done that for me in spades, right? They've already pointed the finger at Karen Reed. So she, that alternative suspect, defense is looking real solid right about now. It's like I have a prima facie case to suggest that Karen Reed's the real murderer. You've done my work for me, man. It's like, yeah. So any future prosecution would be incredibly complicated. Yeah. Short of someone like, breaking down and confessing, Yeah, I don't know, man.
Being there for 8 weeks and 9, and just sitting and watching the videos and seeing the tape and everything, it's a lot to see your loved one go through that. So
Yes.
Well, it's a lot for the jurors as well. It's a community service that people as citizens are asked to do, and as a foreman in particular, no one gives you a manual and tells you how to deliberate. So thank you for your service. Thank you for being here, Mr.
I love this guy. This guy's my hero. Excellent. Very good interview. Very, very good. All right, cool. Let's see if there's anything else I need to cover right now. But I think that's probably all. Oh, yeah, just like the stupid with people on Twitter. The Twitter law school people, man. Twitter law school is a very sad place. Don't go there like ever, is basically the recommendation there. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of those people, they need help. They need a lot of help. I don't understand what the problem is, but yeah. Oh, Lord. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to discuss right now. Let's see. Yeah, during a recent online interview, Nicholas Barrows stated that Adam Lally showed him a taillight photo and unsuccessfully tried to have him confirm the photo accurately depicted the condition of the taillight he saw. Okay, I mean, that's probably pretty standard. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense in sort of prep that happened. Yeah, I buy that. Oh, there's an interview with this. Let's see. Sergeant Barrows spoke out. Oh, cool. Let's do an interview with him. Let's listen to his interview. Give me a second to pull that up. Yeah, Twitter's a cesspool. It can be. Twitter law school in particular. Well, maybe I'm just sensitive to it, but yeah, Twitter law school in particular is a very sad place. Yeah, I don't know where some of these people come from. Oh, he gave an hour interview. Oh, this is a lengthy interview. Excellent. Let's see if we can make this work. So let's try opening this in Chrome.
Guys, I'm going to give the introductions of introductions.
All right, cool. So this is Sergeant Nicholas Barros. Okay, this is fun. He was one of the few honest people in this trial too, right? See what he had to say on the whole thing. All right, so this was done with a vertical setup. Lord have mercy. Vertical video vertical video. Lord have mercy. Oh Christ. Who did this? All right. Vertical video makes uncivil sad. That's all right. We'll press on.
Not only do we have Sergeant Nicholas Barros, but we've got the real Dighton Daddy in the house. The hero of the heroes. Guys.
This apparently is from the channel Girl with Sunglasses. This video is entitled Exclusive Interview with Sergeant Nicholas Barros from Girl with Sunglasses. So we'll watch this and we'll respond to it. Apparently YouTube was not functioning properly, so they conducted the interview on TikTok. That's hence the vertical video. All right, we'll make it work.
He is real. He is here in person, and I am so excited to give him a platform. He is an amazing human. So are you ready for this, Nick?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as you'll ever be. Okay, so let's just get right to it. You know that we both live in small towns, and what you experience, I have to be careful on here because God knows TikTok likes to report us. Oh, look at this. You're getting all the gifts. We both live in small towns, and we know that schmurders are not normal.
No.
So when you got that phone call that day, did you ever think that you were going to be in the position that you're in today?
Absolutely not.
Did you think you were just going to facilitate that tow, and then it was like you wrote your report and then you were just going to be on your way?
Yeah, no, I honestly thought that I'd never see anything amount to what it is now or what it was.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with the effects on the video. The effects on the video are a lot. I don't know if I can deal with that. We'll give it a shot, and we might just make it audio only because this, yeah. Fine.
It's just, it's crazy how something, you know, started like that and what it ended up being.
And now at what point for you did you notice the switch, like that you were not, this was not just a normal case that you were going to be a part of?
I think it was when my former chief called me and said that the Commonwealth was looking for me for what happened on the 29th of January in 2022. So,
and now what timing was that compared to like trial one?
I think it was in 23.
Oh, so it was a little while.
Yeah, it was a little while before I was told about being a witness and stuff like that. So it kind of I kind of forgot about it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd never followed any of the case and stuff like that. So when I got that summons, it was kind of like, wow, I guess this is the real deal.
So that's funny because you're not a social media person at all. And the news is circulating So I remember when Karen Reed first, they were like, this is going to be a manslaughter. Maybe she's going to take a plea deal. Did you even realize, like, in that time that they had upgraded her charges?
I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't live under a rock. So,
Yep.
you know, the TVs in the police station are all on the news channels, and, you know, throwing on social media, you see these things. But like
So
I said,
you knew, like, the small basis of everything.
yeah, like I said earlier, I never followed the case. You know, it was one of those things that I did what I did. I showed up.
Help me.
I saw what I saw. And,
Please help me.
And I just went on.
That is wild. So let's get right into trial one. So you say that, like, everyone's looking for you. They're like, you have to be a witness. And what is going through your head in that moment?
So to rewind it a little bit.
What do you mean everyone's looking for you? What do you mean everyone's looking for you? You have to be a witness. What does that mean? He's a police officer. He's not. It's not like where is he? Is not a mystery. What do you mean everyone's looking for him? I know where he is. I know where to find him. He's a police officer. What are you talking about? What? I'm confused.
A lot of people know I was involved in a motor vehicle accident while I was on duty. I was hit by a drunk driver. So that happened on Labor Day 22, I believe. So I was out of work for 9 months.
Also, what is it with everyone with having bands on their arm? Is this like a New England thing or what? Because the Jory 4 person also had like a green band on his arm. This person has a band on his arm. Like, yeah, Alan Jackson had some sort of medallions or some sort of band on his arm. What is it with everyone having these bands on their arms in Canton or Boston? What's up with that? Does anyone understand what's going on here? Why does everyone have these Live Strong bracelets or whatever? What the hell?
So as this is unfolding, I was out of work, and the Commonwealth was looking for me. And when you're out on injury, you cannot be involved in anything police related because you're on injury. So I had injuries that I needed to tend to. So I was getting bombarded with emails and phone calls from the state. And like a lot of cops, when it comes to court, I'm one of those, and I don't want to go to court unless I really have to. So I was kind of
like, please don't do this to me.
Yeah, I was kind of like ducking and dodging it, to be honest with you. And, you know, it finally, you know, it amounted to what it was on trial one. And, you know, I went back and forth with my chief, and, you know, my chief, George Nichols, he's great. And I was just like, what do I do? And we end up saying, yeah, I have to go. It was such a big thing that I needed to go. So I went. I was not currently on the force right now because I was out on injury.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get right into that then.
Whatever.
So now trial one is going to happen, and you're called by the Commonwealth, not the defense.
Correct.
Hold on one second. Hey guys, I love you guys all. Let's give Nick all the gifts afterwards because I can't even see his face. And we appreciate you guys.
I'm not going to make it through this interview. I think at this point we need an over/under. Yeah, this is the new betting market. How long is Uncivil Law going to make it? We are 5 minutes into this hour interview. How long is Uncivil going to make it? Holy shit.
We appreciate you guys. Actually see his face. So let's hold on gifts until the end. Sorry, I love you guys. I'm not trying to be rude, but we can't even see him. Poor thing. He's being bombarded. So the Commonwealth calls you. What was that like?
I've never done this, so I have no idea.
I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many gifts that I can't even see your face. So tell me all about getting a phone, like knowing that you're going to have to see Lally. And what was that like?
So, like I said, the Commonwealth was emailing me and calling me and
was it
reaching
him
out to
directly, or was it like his assistants?
So it was just assistance, primarily. And like I said, they were calling, emailing me, reaching out to my chief because I wasn't answering the phone, or I was automatic on sending back emails because I was out on injury. I was doing, getting better. So finally we have a phone conversation. It's about, 4 or 5, maybe 6 people on this phone conversation with the Commonwealth. And they basically asked me to recant what happened that day. And I did. I said what I said. And I told them that, when I arrived and I saw the vehicle in the driveway, there was a crack missing and a piece was missing, but it was not completely damaged, like I testified. And the crazy thing is the Commonwealth kept saying, are you sure that was what you saw?
So they're saying this to you like actively during your just speaking to you before even trial prep.
Yeah. So this is like my trial prep. Because I was going to be going in the next coming week. So they had asked, I don't know who specifically was the one that was talking, but they had said, there's a picture that, the taillight is completely damaged. And I had told them that's not what I saw. So fast forward to when I actually get onto the stand and, they asking me questions. And when I said, that a piece was missing and it was not completely damaged, they never went on to ask me more because they knew what I was going to say. And, and it didn't go for them.
Right. So
Which is so wild because I remember you in trial 2 being like, I was never asked this stuff. They never gave you the opportunity to even speak in trial 1. I was actually recapping and they only had you on the stand for 13 minutes. Did you know that?
Yeah, it was quick. It was a lot quicker.
I was like, this is so wild because I remember in trial 1, I was like, Nick is our hero. This is amazing. He literally just was such a stand-up person. And then we see you on trial 2 where you can actually talk. And I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much more that we didn't even know because they never gave you the opportunity.
Kill me.
Which is insane.
Please kill me.
So prepping with them, they were kind of pressuring you. Are you sure you didn't see it completely shattered type of stuff?
Yeah, they wanted to say that they would show me a picture and if that would refresh my memory, but I knew what I saw and it wasn't completely damaged like I said.
So how was that knowing what you knew in that moment? Guys, the gifts, I love you guys, but can we just chill on the gifts for a minute? Now, knowing what you knew and that you were not going to change your story and that you saw what you saw and you were going to be honest and not change anything, how did you feel going into trial 1 then, knowing that the Massachusetts State Police said something completely different than you? Were you nervous or were you just like, whatever, it is what it is?
I didn't know that they weren't going to ask me more than what they asked me that trial. So, like I said, I recanted exactly what I did that day when I showed up at the Reed residence. And I told them, the last thing I said was that, there was a crack, a piece was missing and it was not completely damaged. And, they talked about a picture and I said, no, I wouldn't agree to a picture of a completely damaged taillight.
Yeah.
When I went on the stand, I didn't know exactly. I knew some of the stuff that they were going to ask me because it was going the back and forth when we prepped, but I didn't know that. After I said it was a crack there was a crack, a piece was missing, and not completely damaged. I didn't know that was going to be the end of it.
Yes. So you were kind of shocked, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
We didn't give you an opportunity.
Sure.
And you didn't even want to testify to begin with. So were you like, are you kidding me? This is what they got me up here for?
Yeah.
That's kind of BS.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was a short thing. I thought it was going to be a lot longer, but.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw this in there before we even get to trial 2, but like what a difference between Lally and Hanky Spanky, right?
Okay. No, that's it. I'm out. I'm out. I held in as long as I could. I am out. I'm out of this interview. Sorry. I made it 11 minutes. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm out. You can listen to it on your own time. Holy shit. All right. That's the end of that for me. Thank God. All right. Let's see if there's anything else we want to react to while we're here. Holy shit. Let's see what this is. I made it through like 6 weeks of trial. I can't. No more. No more. Yeah, perhaps I could edit myself in. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Well, I think that's about it then. I don't think there's anything more for us today. Can I play the interview of John O'Keefe's friend on Court TV with Vinny? It was uncomfortable to watch. I can try to find it, I guess. Was that an SNL character interviewing Barris? I don't know. Yeah. Brennan did an interview? Oh, that's great. Well, I saw he gave a statement. He did a full-on interview. I saw he gave like a paragraph statement about harassment and bullshit, but he actually did an interview. Let's see. I'm trying to find if we can find anything relating to this interview on Court TV. Can't. Okay, Brandon reacts to Karen Reed verdict. What is this? What is this bullshit? Well, he released a statement, then they had an hour discussion about it. That's definitely not anything I'm interested in. Yeah, he gave a brief statement that was some bullshit. Then they had an hour discussion about it, but I'm not interested in their discussion about it. Yeah. I can't find the interview that you're referring to with Vinnie Palantan. I can't find it. I need more specific information. If you could provide me a link on Discord or something, that would be helpful. But I can't find it. I hate having to find things on the fly. It's always annoying. Let's see. Julie Brandt called Brennan a hero. Exciting. Hank sucked out our brain. Very much so, yeah. One with John O'Keefe's buddy? Yeah, I couldn't find it. Yep. It's on Court TV. I couldn't find it. Again, if you want to provide me a specific link on Discord, that'd be helpful. But I couldn't find it. Is there anything else that we can do while we're here? Hank may be one of the most dishonest people I've ever seen in the courtroom. Yeah, his ethics leave a lot to be challenged, for sure. He said that since she was found innocent, John would never have justice, like that's Karen's fault. Very much so, yeah, right? Assuming Karen redid it, the state fucked it up by their investigation or lack thereof, 100%. Red Dead? I could play some Red Dead, I guess. All right, well, people don't really like that kind of thing. The people don't really like gaming. It's not very popular with the channel. Super sticker for $3. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciated, Amanda. Very nice. Okay. Well, I don't have any more links to go to. And so I guess we'll go ahead and cut the stream short because I don't have any more links to go to, but I do appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today. In any event, I've been on Civil Law. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining me for this brief stream. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Until later, my friends, next time, and goodbye.